Check out this cute little table. It's an enamel top with a wood base, and I'm redoing it for a client. The top lifts up and then this extra leaf comes out. Well, it's supposed to anyway. Um, Something's not quite right in there, and I'm going to work to fix it for one thing. So I am desperately trying, and like I said, it's not working. But you can see when it slides back in how it's supposed to work. The top just lifts up and the leaf slides out. Now I have the table on wheels, so that's why I was able to spin it around like that. But so you can see how that works. And it's on a spring. Those leaves are on a spring, so that's why it kind of tends to bounce back. But yeah, something's not right, so we'll get it fixed, hopefully. And I am using my superhuman strength because, when you're by yourself, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. So I'm going to get it flipped over and see how we can get that top removed. My client's vision for it is to um, just have the bottom of it kind of like with that Pottery Barn kind of washed natural wood look. So I really like that idea, and I encouraged her to keep the top as is. I forgot to take the drawer out. That might have been easier. So I'm just kind of inspecting things at this point, checking out how things work, so I can take it apart and then put it back together and make it better. So my advice at this point, if you're in this situation, is to take a picture. The thing that I've circled doesn't belong there. That was part of the drawer, which I discovered as I was moving things around and inspecting. So those two things right there seem to be integral, central to the whole structure of the thing. So, and all they are is a dowel rod with a screw in it and a washer on the top so it doesn't come out. The rest of the leaves have kind of a angled piece of wood, and then as you can see, there's a spring attached. So I got busy removing those. Some of them were hex screws, so I tried to keep everything so that I could get it back the way that it came. Now I'm using Quick Stripper. It's a 15-minute formula. I think it's quick clean, and I missed putting it on, but now I'm just taking a plastic scraper. There are many, many years of paint on here. So I'm discovering that there have been several coats of what I think is latex, and then underneath that, some more layers. We get to a green, and then there was kind of like an ivory color that was the original color, it seems. I have seen some of the natural wood underneath, thankfully, so I will spare you the fact that I've spent a whole lot of time doing this. Now, my friends, like Kat, one of my Flippin' Bunch friends, is a restorer, and I have lots of other YouTube friends that are restorers, and that's just, I have learned, not so much my thing. I'll do it every now and then if I see the vision for it or have a reason or have a client. So that's why I'm going through this, because normally this just isn't my thing. I switch over to a metal scraper also and see what I can remove with it. The next day, I come in and apply another coat of the stripper. I'm gonna give it another whirl, and I've got a pro tip for you. If you have a brush that you let get too hard, you let the paint dry in the brush, get that brush out, never throw them away, and it's the perfect brush to use for stripper because the stripper is going to remove the paint out of the brush. So then you can normally clean your brush and get your brush back again. You're welcome. After that's dry and I've scraped off what I can, I come in with 80 grit sandpaper and give that a whirl. And you know what? It's not doing a whole lot for it. So I am going to switch strippers. I'm going to switch over to Citrus Strip because I feel like I can leave that on longer, maybe put some plastic over it, let it sit a little bit longer. It's not as stinky. I've had good luck with Citrus Strip in the past, so I'm going to give that a whirl. This is going to be a two-part video on this table because I just am not making the kind of progress that I want to make on this piece, but it's a client piece, and so I'm not going to compromise. I'm going to do what I need to do to get it right. Meanwhile, some home improvement projects are happening. We're getting a pool this year, so I wanted to make the basement entrance where there's a bathroom downstairs nice and safe for the kids with some stair treads and a handrail. Now you'll have to let me know in the comments, has any of you ever done this, not painted behind a piece of furniture? Well, I did. So now I'm paying for my sins, and I had movers come and pull some furniture out so I could paint behind it. So here's the view from the living room before I got it done. I did some patching before I did some painting. There's paneling underneath there and wallpaper underneath that. No, I'm not taking it off. I also did patched up the paneling in the living room behind that wall as well. So now I'm about ready to roll with my paint, and this wall is staying the same. I love that color. Here's a word of advice. This is called Kelly Moore paint, and I got it at Ollie's. It said some kind of tan on it. I Googled it, and it looked very similar to what we had in the living room, which I liked. I bought the paint. It was white. So it was a base coat. Let's call it that. Still in progress here, but I'm getting closer to my vision. I decided to paint the wall in the living room the same as the wall in the dining room, and also the window frames in the dining room were not the same as in the living room. So I had changed that, and I did change curtains throughout too. So now we have something a little more cohesive. So there's the little before and after for you. And also, this is progress in the living room, and again, a before and after. And then I think some of you saw this video of my before of the ceiling tiles that I have always hated. Well, I got to work with a product from Amazon. With the help of my husband, we installed these 20 by 20 ceiling tiles over the old ones just using construction adhesive. They are like styrofoam, so they're super lightweight. It was super easy. Then onto the outside, I finally have a bleeding heart, and this is called Solomon's Seal. We've had some terrible storms and lost power. In between the raindrops, we did some plant shopping. I took a picture of this guy at Piney Creek in Martinsburg. I thought it would be perfect color inspiration perhaps for a furniture piece. I'm going to have some more outdoor projects and of course part 2 of the table, and that will be coming up next week. I want to thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, share it with your friends. If you aren't already subscribed, please do so. I'd love to have you as part of our family here. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Find us on the web at www.statementdesigns.org and on social media as Statement Designs. Stay well.